Those who don't know, virtual reality or VR is a computer-generated environment where you're immersed in a virtual world. Now, VR is an experience that blends out our reality and takes us into a computer-generated world either through specially made headsets, goggles, glasses, soon even contact lenses, and dare I say that virtual reality could possibly be the style of 2D within the computer, because we are kind of immersed inside the virtual world, despite the fact that the peripheral is our real world. So maybe that's up for debate, but that's not the point for today. Today's point is imagine trading in VR. We're going to have a 5-point discussion on how VR is going to change the way we trade. So the first part is VR is going to be able to help us customize our trading screens. Anyone want to raise their hands to discuss their thoughts on customizing your screens through virtual reality?
I think it's a great feature. I mean, it's always good as a trader to be able to customize your experience. I think it helps neurologically for you to make fast decisions.
So we will start with customizing your trading screens. So basically, in the VR world, you'll be able to place as many screens as you want without buying a physical screen. So just imagine you have your virtual reality headset on. Instead of buying all those screens, you can customize and put screens in all different areas inside your virtual world. So no more do you have to buy 6 physical screens. No more do you have to travel with a laptop knowing that you only have one screen. So you'll be able to place as many screens. One for Bloomberg, one for your trading platform, one for your charting platform, one for your depth, one for your portfolio, and maybe even one for Facebook or even Allspace VR. Who knows? You'll be able to integrate and use a lot of your 360-degree space to customize your trading screens as you want with only your headset and nothing more. Does anyone have anything to say on that? All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Part 2. Online events and meetings. That is the stage kit that I've put up over here. Any thoughts on the online events and meetings with virtual reality and trading?
Just like this.
Just like this. I love it. I love it. Yeah, enough said, right? Okay, so yes, just like this. So trading is now a universal activity. So we can do this all around the world, no matter where we are. We can be in bed and trade without pants. Actually, I'm a bit concerned now thinking about how many people here in this room are not wearing pants. So with VR, we'll be able to attend and host these online trading seminars and workshops with 360-degree views and slideshows. But more importantly, eventually, you can imagine where we'll be able to customize trading screens. We can put them up here. We can show live trading. We can do all together so that we can go through the process of how you trade, see the trading setups and lineups with the charts, stocks, indices, cryptocurrencies, whatever you want. And I think that's quite an exciting venture that we as traders will have. Part 3. So part 3 on how Imagine Trading with VR will be is financial advisors and consultations. So does anyone have a remark or question with regards to financial advisor?
Timon, I'm not convinced that we will be using virtual reality to speak to our financial advisor. I don't think it's necessary. I think with the advent of Zoom, Team, Skype, that will be the medium that we'll be using to speak directly to a financial advisor. There is nothing better than a face-to-face discussion with facial expression and the normal person. So I'm not that optimistic about virtual reality being a consultation process.
All right, fair points. Does anyone have anything to say on the remark of what Dr. Sam said? Just raise your hands if you want. So I will agree and disagree respectfully, and that is because not everyone. Hold on, we have someone who would like to say something. Ebon, so go for it before I say my say.
Yeah, I was gonna I was gonna agree and disagree as well, because I do think that there are a lot of people, especially in the younger generations, that are embracing VR, and a lot of people will be born into the reality at VR, as opposed to a lot of us who are have lived before VR. So I do think that a lot of people will embrace it, and the experiences that we have one-on-one are going to evolve over time. So it may not look quite like this at the point when more people are engaging their financial consultants, but I think it will be something that come in the future.
So Timon, can I just say something?
Yes.
And I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. I'm speaking as a family physician. So obviously my patients would not like me to be an avatar. But if I think into the future, and one always has to be futuristic thinking, there probably will not be financial advisors in the future. I think that algorithms will be far more clever than to have another person sitting opposite with you. So from the point of view of an avatar, yes, it'll be an avatar driven by algorithms giving financial advice. And we've seen this in a number of professions. We don't believe the legal profession will be around for the next 10 or 15 years. They'll probably be gone for the exact same reason. So when you consult a lawyer, you will be consulting an avatar, and because of the algorithms, they will be able to give you the financial advice. And this is in a number of professions this is going to happen. So possibly from that point of view.
All right. So in your point of view, you're now talking about robo-advisors and EA experts, and that we will definitely say for another session, because yes, we will be seeing robo-advisors take over. But right now, we always got to think about the now rather than in the future. Or in the far future, and that is with regards to trading, because I know you're an investor of 50 years. With regards to trading, we look at ways to trade in not only with technical analysis, but also with fundamental analysis. And when you are comparing both of them, you do need that discretion on a human point of sight. And I'll give you an example. Breakout chart patterns are probably the most complicated way to automate in a technical point of view. And the best thing that you can do for a charting pattern strategy or setup or model is use your eyes. No computer can see a cup and handle or a W formation or maybe a falling wedge, but the rounding formations with complete accuracy yet. Okay. But now we have to think about it in terms of this. The fact that the part 3 is that there will be financial advisor consultations. We got to think of it in a global point of view. So you said, yes, we will have financial consultants who want to meet face to face. We will have financial consultant investors who would like to choose their portfolio model and automate it so that they don't need to discuss it. But then you also need to understand that not everybody's personality fits the Zoom style and fits the meeting face-to-face style. Not most, I don't know the statistics, but there are a lot of introverts who are, including myself, who is a lot more happy to be in a virtual world to discuss with someone and to see their portfolio models in a virtual world than to see them face to face. It can be sometimes a little bit intimidating, and to have that option, I think, is a fantastic thing for virtual reality. And I give you an example with the Oculus Quest 2 that's come out, and with the new apps and opportunities for gymming now with virtual reality, with being able to travel the world. We will not. This is not going to turn into a novelty anymore. This is going to possibly be a lifestyle for many people who are not only introverts but also extroverts, and they will start scheduling their events. So, for example, at 6 o'clock on a Saturday, GMT2, you'll be coming to Mati Trader. 7 o'clock, you'll be having an event with your financial consultant. 8 o'clock, you'll be having a meal, or you'll go on to an excursion with one of your aunts or your grandmother who's in another country. And it would be it would be a lifestyle to integrate those aspects into your life, into your calendar, rather than a novelty. So that's why I said I agree and disagree. I agree in a way that not everybody will be immersing into virtual reality or the 2D VR, but I disagree in a way that there are many introverts who would love to immerse into this reality, to meet with financial consultants in a less intimidating manner. All right, raise your hands for anyone who would like to discuss something further on this. Dr. Sam, I don't know if you want to say anything after that.
About?
This is a financial markets trading event where one of the attendees from last week suggested that we choose the trading theme for today as Imagine Virtual Reality with Trading and the Financial Markets. So if you're a trader or an investor, or you're just interested in possibly the financial markets, welcome to this event.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Dr. Sam. Hold on, we've got Martin. Martin, megaphone's on.
Yeah, I think it might become an option when you go to a website at the moment, a business website. You go to the Contact Us page, there's a phone number, an email, and there might be a VR option in the future. That might be just normal thing to have.
Excellent, thank you. Welcome, Flapperchip, good to see you. I don't know when you joined in, but take a seat somewhere around. Falk.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Thank you for doing this thing today.
Pleasure.
I think one aspect that is very important that we haven't been discussing in detail yet is the whole thing of emotions and trust, because VR is very good at doing a lot of things, and like you said, it will be way better and way easier once the Quest 2 gets distributed. It will be broadly used. I'm absolutely convinced. I think it will be more normal to talk to avatars in the future. But the one thing that VR is very bad at doing right now is transmitting facial emotion, because you have these glasses on. And this is, I think, the biggest barrier before we can go from Zoom or something like that to VR for financial consulting, because trust is so important, and the best way to build trust for humans is still emotions and transporting them using facial expressions, and that is what VR is very bad at the moment.
Very true, but you do know they're working on it, and we are still in the infancy with virtual reality. And why I say this is one reason: we don't see any adverts yet in AltSpace VR. When you see adverts, you know that things are picking up tremendously. So we are enjoying the evolution of virtual reality. But I do know that they're working on facial recognition with virtual reality. I don't know if Oculus is working on it, but I do know that they are going back into using cameras rather than heat sensors and other sensors, where the cameras will be constantly put onto your face, and when you're smiling, it obviously recognizes it through machine learning. So yes, I do. I do think that's going to be a big thing in the future, especially a consultation of one-on-one where you can see their face. The avatars are going to improve. I think right now they made it more cartoony to make it less intimidating for someone, because you can imagine if you're looking at somebody who's got a splitting image, it can be a little bit more intimidating than seeing these cute little avatars, right? All right, let's move on to Cappy. Yes, I can see your hand.
It may happen soon because they've already made hand tracking. Oculus have already made that it can already track all your movements on your hand, so the facial expressions thing may actually happen soon.
Great. Thank you very much, Cappy. We agree
welcome.
100%. Mr. Flapperchip, yes, you have to raise your hand because there are more people than before. I have muted everyone. Where is Flapperchip? I can't even see you. Okay. I'm sure he'll pop back in. Oh, no, wait, there he is. Flapperchip, just raise your hand next time. There you are. Yes, welcome back.
There you go. Hello. Hello, everybody.
I don't know how much you've missed, but the third part is financial advisor consultations in virtual reality. Your thoughts?
No, I mean, if I think loads of people come together in a room like this and discuss a particular trade, that's going to be brilliant, isn't it? You got all them different brains and minds. You'll probably get it more accurate, the decision. That's what I think this is good for VR, without a doubt. It's obviously brilliant, isn't it? So that's the whole point of VR. I mean, you can even three-dimensionally go for our charts.
Absolutely.
And find different methods to trade using three dimensions.
Yeah.
To his point, I was saying I've established a lot of investment groups and trade groups over the last 10 years. I moderate a lot of trade groups with the traders that trade overseas together. And I do think that this will be a great opportunity in VR for trade groups to get together and trade.
So basically, I remind those who would like to join these events, and I choose the theme. So you can pop in, join the group, and then I will add you directly to the messenger group. I don't add everybody that's on the group because there's thousands, but the few that do come onto AltSpace, I'll happily add you on, and then we can build on the community. And eventually, I'm going to have to make this world a lot bigger, more seats, and but I think this is a good method and style that we have right now. Anyone want to? Oh yeah, your megaphone's on. So anything else, Evolving Soul? Oh, there it is. Part 4, secure and virtual trading. So that is this part over here, secure and virtual trading. Your thoughts, raise your hands. What?
No, I mean, is that what I was mentioning? When you sort of go through the chart and look for signals that would only really appear in a three-dimensional aspect when you're comparing them back in time.
Okay.
Is that what you mean? Like,
Yeah,
sort of,
yeah.
is that what they're doing up there?
It's open to discussion.
Yeah.
I really do not have all the answers. I only have opinions.
Yes, Tim, and I've never really thought about the virtual reality side of it. It's interesting listening to what other guys are saying, but I do agree with the fact of having the different screens. It's I think it's a good idea, and especially when you start thinking, if you're speaking to other people, you can all see the same information. So I think it's good. But the secure side of it, that comes down to your broker and what they're going to do.
Very true. So part 4 is secure and virtual trading. Eventually, there'll be a lot more secure customer biometric and voice recognition system with virtual reality, where we'll be able to execute our trades, withdraw and deposit within seconds, take our trades, and even search for our trades in a secure environment. They will pick up your face, and I think as a new form of facial recognition for biometrics, the security cannot be any higher unless you're kidnapped.
Timon, Timon, maybe because I'm geriatric and the oldest guy in the room here, I have difficulty in conceptualizing how virtual trading is going to take place. I mean, why is it necessary to put on a virtual headset, a virtual reality headset, and not just have a two-dimensional screen in front of you that is multi-operational? That would almost do the same thing.
That's very.
So
That is like
I
the biggest point that could be discussed today. But we got to think about our circumstances, and the circumstances, Dr. Sam, is not everybody is a trader with one screen. Some people have 6 screens. And a lot of traders want to live that laptop lifestyle where they don't need to travel the world and carry their 6 screens at a time. And they want to go to a different country, put in their headset, have their 6 screens, their customized screens, and then take the trade in the virtual world. Then take off their headset if you're not a scalper or a high frequency trader, and then get on with their day.
No, there's no doubt. I didn't think of it from that perspective. I mean, I thought of it as a perspective of somebody who sits at home in front of a screen and trades. So from that point of view, yes. I mean, it's advantageous. And of course, the other thing is the future way of networking, where you will start networking with the people in this room, start exchanging ideas, maybe exchanging trends. Maybe looking at, in fact, networking in such a way that each one looks at alternative markets and you combine your skills and capabilities. I think somebody mentioned it who walked in, who said it's great to be in a room with a lot of traders, because if you start networking, you start communicating, that increases the brain power and probably the success of your trades.
Yes, absolutely. And so we're moving on from secure trading to actual virtual trading, where you're now immersed in the world. Now, I've got to mention something. There are things that you know. There are things that you don't know. And there are things that you don't know what you don't know. And when you start being introduced to these new don't knows, they start becoming known, and then you have questions to build onto the data. All right, I don't know if that made sense. But when we are in virtual reality, not on the computer with a 2D screen, but in virtual reality, we are welcomed into a new way to analyze data on a new level. Apart from the normal 2D screens that we've had our whole life, we'll be able to bring our data and our charts alive and immerse in the charts and patterns with a new vision of depth and dimensions for trading and investing. So I don't know what the future will bring by immersing myself inside the technical analysis, but it might just unlock a new dimension of trading potential.
I first wanted to kind of jump back to a point that you made before, and I think it relates to what we're talking about now. When you talked about the various chart patterns that we recognize on a two-dimensional screen, I took some machine learning courses this year, and there's a lot of work that's being done with AI, and I feel within the next 5 to 10 years that we will be learning a lot more from AI, perhaps even than AI learns from us. And it may even introduce us to even three-dimensional patterns that we're not even used to as traders who've been trading for a long time. And if we can learn in these types of environments to trade completely differently than we've ever done, we'd be a lot more successful than we've ever been.
It's very true. And it's stretching our minds, it's stretching our brains. We're thinking in new dimensions. And our trading possibly could change for the first time in, let's say, 50 years. There might be a new dimension to trading, because I've been in the markets for 19 years, and the only things that have really changed are the markets and the financial instruments that we have available at our disposal. But everything else has been pretty much the same. A chart has been a chart. You can trade any chart in the world, except a heart rate monitor. that's pretty consistent. But like any chart with high liquidity and high volume and trends, it's pretty much been the same since, hundreds of years.
And into some world building, like we have a great opportunity right now to even build environments that are completely different. There's potential to even trade multiple, various asset classes on the same trading platform. So I think that as long as we keep our minds open, there's really no limit to what we can do in this space.
I think we need to take the initiative, especially in the social VR environment, because unfortunately, Evolving Soul, waiting for that person to create might not come for the next couple of years, if not ever. And we've got to go with, if not me, who, if not now, when. So if you have an idea on that building, go for it. Unfortunately, we probably need to use Unity to develop those opportunities. I don't have those skills. I just have simple world building skills on Altspace VR. But yes, I do think we do need that environment. More traders, more investors, and more opportunities to learn how to trade, and also how to be in a room together, look at our charts, put on live videos, and actually show our setups. Because nowadays with derivatives, there is no such thing as the system will break. You can teach 1 million people a strategy that has worked for you for 20, 30 years, and you can teach 1 million people and it will not break, because there is so much money in the financial markets that it won't even cause a dent.
Was it one of the reasons why I joined this session today? Because I was really hoping to network and connect with other traders that are interested in world building, so we can, like you said, take the initiative to build it rather than wait for somebody else to do it.
100%. And I think the familiar faces that you see and things that you say, you can now add them as a friend. And now today you have a couple of trader and investor friends that you never had before. So yes, definitely. The other thing that... Pleasure. And remember to join that Facebook group so that I can add you to the Facebook Messenger group. The other thing with regards to meeting up, not only, as Martin said, like this here in these trading events, but also, what if you are a shareholder? It's funny how the first stock that comes to mind is Berkshire Hathaway, which is like the worst example. Imagine you're a shareholder in Apple, right? Or BP or anything. Wouldn't it be also nice to be able to attend an AGM through virtual reality where you can have the video? Because first thing, you're entitled to go to the AGM, but you also don't want to spend thousands of dollars just to get to the AGM on the thousands of dollars that you've spent on the stock alone. So I think it also opens opportunities for businesses and corporations to invite their shareholders into a virtual realm to attend shareholder, crypto, and even other investing related meetings elsewhere. Can I have a show of emojis so I can see if you agree, disagree?
Well, on the subject of security, we've already lost some of the Altspace features due to hackers, and presumably they were just doing it for fun. But if they know there's investors to target and potential big financial rewards, that's something they're obviously going to start trying to do.
100%. And
new ways in via VR.
Like even when they offer the opportunities to allow virtual reality for trading, withdrawals, deposits, and all that, I personally won't be the guinea pig to try it out immediately. I'll do the demo trading. I'll go to paper accounts. I'll see how it works. And then they can work on the glitches and the technical issues. And then maybe after a year, I'll consider maybe put in a few $1,000s and then start trading. So that probably will be the best way to start off virtual reality trading, because that will be a new form of school fees to incorporate into your trading in the immersed world. eventually when you come to with contact lenses and glasses, other than big bulky headsets, you will see how people will be integrating AR, augmented reality, with their trading while they're in their current world. But I think we're going to have to save AR for another trading discussion. But I think right now, billions of people are stuck at home, and we are looking at where the future is going. And COVID-19 has most definitely been a real life changer and has also boosted this technology for VR. And we are all immersed inside the social VR, social applications for visiting either family members, going to events, customizing our own places, building our own worlds, and finding our own entertainment and education, and for education purposes.